The prophesied divide. Long ago, in the heart of the Yoruba lands, two powerful kingdoms, Oyo and Ife, thrived on opposite sides of the sacred Osun River. Their histories were intertwined with war, betrayal, and unspoken grievances, and over time, the river became more than a physical boundary. It became a symbol of their division. A prophecy, whispered by the elders and priestesses, warned that if love ever crossed the river, chaos would follow. But fate, ever unpredictable, had its own plans. A love written in the stars. Prince Adebayo of Oyo was a warrior unlike any other, strong, proud, and bound to the throne by duty and honor. But beneath his fearless exterior, he longed for something greater than battle and politics. Ifedayo, a maiden of the Ife clan, was as radiant as the river itself. Blessed by Osun, the river goddess, she was chosen to serve in her sacred waters. Wise beyond her years, she knew the weight of tradition, yet she had a heart that yearned to be free. One evening, as Ifedayo gathered water at the river's edge, she caught the eye of a figure watching from the opposite bank. It was Adebayo. Their gazes met, and in that moment, the river was no longer a boundary. It was a bridge. They met in secret, time and time again, beneath the moonlit sky, whispering dreams that should have never been spoken. "I will defy the gods themselves if it means being with you," Adebayo swore one night, his hands entwined with hers. Ifedayo smiled, though fear shadowed her eyes. "Then we will both suffer their wrath." The price of forbidden love. Whispers spread in both kingdoms, a love affair across the river. When Chief Olorunwa of Ife discovered Ifedayo's secret, his rage was swift. He summoned the elders, and the verdict was unforgiving. Ifedayo had betrayed her people and must be sacrificed to Osun to cleanse the river of her transgression. In Oyo, Oba Adewunmi was no less enraged. His son, the heir to the throne, had dared to break the sacred law. War drums thundered across the land as warriors prepared for battle. Bound in sacred white cloth, Ifedayo was led to the river, the chants of the priestesses rising into the night. As she stepped toward the swirling waters, a cry shattered the silence. "Adebayo!" The prince arrived on horseback, sword drawn, his warriors behind him. But Ifedayo's fate had already been sealed. "If love is a curse," he declared, throwing down his sword, "then let it claim me too." Without hesitation, he leapt into the river beside her. At that moment, the water erupted in golden light, and the world seemed to tremble. The voice of Osun herself filled the air, echoing through the hearts of all who listened. Love cannot be chained by men, nor drowned by fear. The river, once a symbol of division, became the force that saved them both. The legacy of love. As the river calmed, the kingdom stood frozen in awe. The gods had spoken. No war was waged, no blood was shed. Instead, for the first time in generations, Oyo and Ife lowered their weapons and looked upon each other, not as enemies, but as people. Adebayo and Ifedayo, once doomed, became the bridge between two worlds. Their love, once cursed, became a legend whispered by the waters, a song carried by the wind. Some say, even now, when the river runs quiet, you can still hear their names. The end.